How is it? How how is it going, you beautiful people of the internet? Welcome to the fourth video of today. Now, I had an idea for a series. That was a reaction series called Nighttime Horrors. Meaning, whenever I get the time to, I will react to a video, a scary video at night. Currently, it is 9:30 at night. I'm alone because I have my little brother sleeping in the other room. And we're going to check out 3 videos. And I don't know about you, but I like this lighting setup. Got a cool aesthetic to it. Let's get it started. Alright, I got a video. It's, these videos were made by Horror Stories Party. Go check them out. I don't know how to leave links, like I've said before, but you can check them out on YouTube first search. The videos I got here, there are 8 of them. Well, we're going to react to 3 of them. Some other day we might react to some more. I don't know, but let's find out. Shrink this down and let's get to it. Stop making them sound. Oh.
This is a story that took place back when I was living with my ex-girlfriend, Jasmine.
Alright.
I had recently moved from my parents' house and into an apartment complex where it was surprisingly quiet.
It's quiet because you're on the top floor. The only thing you're going to be hearing is a plane flying around like, yeah, hey guy, yeah. That's it.
Compared to the suburban area I was used to. Jasmine and I were both college graduates who worked full-time in our respective fields of study.
Nice.
I was in the construction business as I was always a blue-collar...
Let me turn this down. I'm going to turn this down so you guys can hear me while I freak out. I'll turn it like way down.
Kind of guy who enjoyed hands-on work revolving around the trades industry.
All right.
Jasmine was a financial advisor,
nice.
So she usually got to work from home while I had the usual 9-to-5 that I'd become accustomed to for the latter part of my life. On my off time, I would...
What the heck is going on with her? Bro! She was almost as spaced out as a hippie right then and there. Like, what's up with him? Look at that! Like, one eye's down here, the other one's like... Alright, Sid. You know. Alright, Ice Age reference.
Jasmine at our local park, or simply kick back and binge watch several shows on Netflix till I had completely passed out.
Better to do, got it.
Going to our local park around the evening time.
Didn't you guys just say, like, in college, so you're like 19, 20 years old? Playing on a playground, you tard! Don't take that the wrong way.
Became a daily occurrence of ours. As rowing back and forth on the swings was Jasmine's way of de-stressing just before the very next day
because
at work.
She's like a kid in spirit,
This became a daily routine of ours since moving into the new neighborhood. Just so we could feel more comfortable within our new whereabouts. Well, at least with the exception of Saturday nights, when I usually video call 3 close friends of mine from where I originally resided. Their names were Joe, Max, and Steve.
And Steve looks like the murderer that we're getting ready to see in the later video. I guarantee it. Steve looks like he just gave up on life entirely. It looks like he's just like, hey, let's grow my chin out. Not my hair, just my chin. And then let's add stubble to the bottom of it. Let me grow my hair out to my shoulders. Paint my nails black. And be like the depressed 12-year-olds that you see everywhere today.
Way I could stay connected with my friends, as I didn't want to tarnish my friendships with them, nor did I want to be known as the odd friend who cuts people off because he was quote-unquote whipped. Hey, Rick.
And why do you gotta be so specific?
How's your stay over there? Must be good getting some action without your parents in the next room, huh? No comment. Hey boys, we gonna keep talking about Ricky's love life, or we gonna get this party started? Cheers to that, Stevie boy. Dang, what's the rush? We have all night.
So, It's what, if you look what he just did, he put Cameron, he was like, cheers to that. Yeah. Something like that.
Dude. Alright, who wants to go first?
Not me.
This was how me and my friends socially interacted with one another. We shared our personal scary stories and videos from around the internet that would be categorized within the horror genre. My friends and I have been horror addicts since childhood.
Well, because you are retards!
It was equivalent to our summer camp days back when we were still in elementary school. I didn't want to abruptly end the so-called tradition we had established despite living miles away from them, so I would make sure I video called them every so often. I recall dozing off from the lackluster stories being shared by my two friends Joe and Max, until it was Steve's turn to share his story. You guys ever been on the dark web? No, not me.
No, because I'm not an idiot.
Dude, don't tell me you actually went on it. I personally didn't, but my younger brother did. He recently showed me this weird snuff film the other day that I thought you guys might like.
Look at my chin, bro. I'm like a block. I look like a block. Right here, look at me. Like right here from the side. Yeah, nice. But like from here, I look like a freaking block. Okay, that's enough.
I personally felt intrigued by the idea as I didn't know or see much content regarding the dark web. All I knew was that it was a hidden browser that sold illegal products you would find on the street, except everything was online.
Yeah.
Or at least on the dark side of the internet.
You checked it out.
That's when Steve extemporaneously invites his younger brother in his room and introduces him.
Bro. What? You got Steve. You got Steve's brother. Left nut, right nut. Got it. Cool.
Hey, boys. Say hi to my brother, Eric. What up, dude? What's up, Eric? You guys want to see something cool? Hell...
I'm autistic.
Yeah. Sure, dude. This better be good or else I want 5 minutes of my life back. Eric shares his screen and opens up a video from an array of MP4 files shown on a folder. I then saw a low-quality video of a woman suspended in midair with her arms and feet attached with steel chains. She was oriented in this awkward bird-like position, almost like her perpetrator had no intentions of providing any circulation to the woman's extremities. I could see this poor lady desperately wailing through the duct tape on her mouth while hopelessly trying to free herself by vigorously shaking her arms and legs.
Build a fly WordPress website in minutes. It's easy with Bluehost.
I remember gasping in awe as I didn't know if this was some sort of weird hoax or if this was a legitimate snuff film about to unfold. That's when I heard a loud sound abruptly come from the background, like someone was revving an engine to a motor of something. I then saw a large man approaching the woman while wearing a big mask and holding a running chainsaw in a barbaric fashion. It looked like some psycho wanting to Renaissance Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, based on the way he held the chainsaw and the attire he presented himself in. You're my lucky number 20. You know that? I never thought I'd reach this milestone, you know?
Why does your chainsaw look off? Bro, the chain blade, the thing is skinnier than the actual thing you hold on to. Why is it the same? Some murderers these days.
All that hard labor just to get to you. Do you even know what you put me through? Huh? Tell the people what you how much you appreciate my hard work. Say it! That's what I thought. You're going to be the best doll I've ever had. You complete me.
Rick, what the hell is going on?
Exactly.
What are you watching?
Jasmine, get out! I don't want you seeing this! That's when the pigman began to pierce the chainsaw.
Oh,
no! Drop from her torso was left dangling from each chain.
No!
This can't be right. What kind of sick person would do this to someone? I remember feeling the sensation of a trickle of blood running down my nostrils as I see my friends visibly shaken up by the footage. The woman had all 4 of her limbs dissected by the chainsaw as she eventually collapsed on the floor and began having a seizure. I abruptly end the video call. I couldn't watch that anymore. I decided to be protected by the chainsaw as she eventually collapsed on the floor and began having a seizure. I abruptly end the video call. I couldn't watch that anymore.
Oh, shoot.
I decided to message my friends through a group chat saying that I was throwing in the towel and heading to bed. Trying to comprehend what had just occurred was almost impossible. I couldn't help but tremble in the same spot for about several minutes. I eventually ended up crawling into bed and laying next to Jasmine while trying to force myself to sleep and not think about what transpired on that video chat. This is when the story gets more disturbing.
Why?
Come on! 2 years, my life has taken a drastic turn for the worst. My girlfriend and I mutually agreed to separate while my dad passed away at the age of 45 due to heart failure, leaving my mother and 3 children, including myself, alone. I never felt so depressed in my life. I would sometimes spontaneously cry at work while trying to hide my emotions from the other employees. It honestly felt like the days were getting longer and my weekends were getting shorter as time went on. You got beat up
too, bro. Your eyes are blacker than it.
I couldn't help but think that video was some kind of curse. I remember being at the stage where I had completely isolated myself from everyone around me, including my close relatives. I eventually developed an obsession over the dark web and installed a Tor browser on my laptop. I wanted to climb further down the rabbit hole. I wanted to see if I could discover anything related to the pigman or the woman he had mutilated that night. I recall surfing the Hidden Wiki, only to come across a few links selling various weapons, illegal
surfing. It said Michael Jackson's breath in a jar for sale. Hitman for hire. Happy land pills for sale.
And narcotics. I obviously wasn't interested in such things, so I began browsing some more. After 2 hours of intense searching, I found similar style images of females having their extremities amputated and then being sold as so-called dolls. I then came across an MP4 file on the homepage of one of the links on the Hidden Wiki. I pressed play and saw a video of a woman swinging back and forth on a swing with a paper mask on her face. This honestly looked like the same setting as the previous video. I then saw the same large man approach her as he kicked the poor lady off of the swing and began yelling, "Bark for me! Now walk, doll!" That's when the amputated woman began walking on all fours as if she was a stray dog or something. As the big man got closer to the camera, I could see he was wearing what looked like the skin face of an actual human. What makes the story more disturbing was how similar the skin mask looked in comparison to Jasmine's face. From the identical freckles to the skin complexion to the swing, all the pieces were starting to add up as I genuinely believed this woman could potentially be my ex-girlfriend Jasmine. I then Googled Jasmine's name, only to find her in a missing persons report. Several months later, my speculation would finally come to a halting stop as Jasmine's body was found in a black garbage bag located in a dumpster outside a meat market. At the time that this occurred, Jasmine was found unresponsive and in critical condition. She was eventually taken to the hospital and miraculously survived her injuries. About a year or 2 after her recovery, she was given a formal unpublished interview, but it was reported that she had suffered from severe Stockholm Syndrome. This is what it looked like. Today is currently Wednesday the 21st. The time is approximately 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We are here with Jasmine.
That battery's on full charge. No way, bro.
Based on her current health and share her story. Now, Jasmine, if you feel uncomfortable at all during the interview, feel free to let us know and we'll take a break, okay?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine and the dolls are beautiful.
So, first and foremost, how is your health today?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine and the dolls are beautiful.
Jasmine, how would you describe your experience while being held in captivity?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine and the dolls are beautiful.
Can you describe your captor's appearance? Jasmine, are you okay? Do you need some water?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine and the dolls are beautiful. I want want to return home to Master Swing, where the world is
Chill.
divine and the dolls are beautiful.
Chill, bro.
Please tell us what his name
Master
is.
Swing, where the world is divine and the dolls are beautiful. I want to return home to Master
Jasmine,
Swing,
please,
where the
disclose
world
your
is
captor's
divine
name
and the
to
dolls
us.
are beautiful. I want to return home to Master Swing.
Tell us his
where
name,
the world
damn it.
is divine and the dolls are beautiful.
Tell
I
us
want
his
to return
name.
home to Master Swing, where the world is divine
What is
and the
your
dolls are
master's
beautiful.
name?
His name is Pigman.
Oh man. That's the end? That's the end?
This is a story that
Hey,
took place when I was around 18 years old. I still get the creeps just thinking about it.
Shoot.
The mental trauma I endured from the
The
horrendous
mental
depictions
trauma I'm
of what
enduring right now,
transpired several
bro.
years ago
No!
still appear in my head from time to time. I
That's the
currently
animation
see a
better.
psychiatrist to help ease the mental anguish, as I now have a tendency
Whoa,
of
chill out.
spasming
Chill,
out
bro.
during my
Chill.
sleep from the nightmares that manifest every night. It all
Easy.
started when I was in my freshman year in college. I was
Sophomore year,
studying
bro.
to be an
Sophomore.
accountant, which was relatively difficult considering the overwhelming amount of math that went along with it. I worked a lot of jobs on the
Relatable.
side, apart from
Relatable.
doing school full time, such as being a part-time cashier at a coffee shop located in the building of my
Wait.
school campus.
Is he in college? I was getting ready to say, if he's in college, and if he's not in college, and he's a freshman in high school, and he's working part-time, he's getting paid illegally. Nice.
Getting paid minimum wage obviously
Oh, we're
didn't
only at
suffice
12
my
minutes,
financial
bro.
situation, which is
Yeah,
why
33,
I applied to
12 right
various
there.
jobs online for the latter part of my downtime
Yeah,
during
he's in
work.
college.
Paying off student loans wasn't an easy thing for students coming fresh off high school like myself, which is why I would take any small gigs I could get my hands on, like mowing the grass or shoveling snow during the wintertime around my neighborhood.
Alright.
I even started babysitting for any close friends or relatives of mine, which is why I tended to ask around the family, and even went as far to ask my fellow colleagues, despite the obvious desperate aura I gave off. I realized that babysitting was the perfect gig for me, as it gave me the opportunity to focus on my schoolwork, while the kids were usually masqueraded in the background, playing their video games or were
Masqueraded,
asleep in their
okay,
beds.
Oh,
There was
who
this
knows what
one
he
guy
could've
in my
said, bro.
class
Who
named
knows?
Jack, who I would usually do assignments and exam preparations with, who referred me to this one babysitting gig he was fond of. Hey, do you still need a babysitting job? Of course, dude. Do you have any?
Dude.
I do. My dad's
It's like
friend has been...
ultimate mom talk. That's not even like dad talk. Like, hey, do you need a baby? You need a babysit gig? You need money? I got a kid for you to. I got a kid for you to babysit. Oh yes, please, give me, please.
asking around for anyone who wants to babysit his kids. Hell yeah. Sign me up, dude. Well,
Dude.
there's a catch. One of the kids is apparently older than us, like in his mid-20s. What the hell? Why would I babysit
language.
a grown man?
Family-friendly channel.
Well, not to be rude, but he is a little cuckoo. I even remember babysitting for them one time, and it was definitely an interesting experience. How so? He's just a weird individual. Imagine a 5-year-old in a grown man's body. That's how it was like, but at least his parents paid me pretty well.
I had a friend. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's, I think right now, 22. He went to the doctor, and he's got the mind of an 11-year-old. Which, hey, I got along with him fine. Nerf battles all the way. All the way, bro. Nerf or nothing!
How much? About $200 a night. Plus tip if you did a great job, or if you make it out there alive. You still interested? Sure, dude. That's when Jack sends me the contact information of the family,
Hit again, four
as I
fingers.
sat and pondered if taking the gig was a smart idea. I couldn't help but think of my school loans, which is why I highly considered taking the job, as I was in desperate need for any extra income without too much interference in my schoolwork. Regardless or not, I ended up saving the details on my phone and began sitting through the rest of the class lecture till it was time for dismissal. I remember taking public transit when heading home, as I decided to give the number a text
asking if there was any demand for babysitting services readily available. The number texted back, asking who I was and how I got their number.
Because you just
I then
did.
responded with my
If
name
you're
Matt,
going around
and now my friend Jack.
If you're going around asking people if they need a babysitting job, maybe your number's going to get out there, bro. If somebody asks for a babysitting job, you don't ask them how they got their number. You say, yes, take my kid. Here's my money. Bro. Continue.
Referred me. The individual then asked if I could babysit for a duration of an entire weekend, which consisted of 3 days and 2 nights.
And that is too far. Too far. Nope. 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 Just nope. Not going to do that. You're not. You are you white? If you're white, then it makes sense why you're making dumb decisions. It's a horror movie reference, all right? Nothing like that.
Honestly hesitant on taking the deal, but eventually came to terms with it, as the thought of $200 a night plus a tip was a bargain I couldn't turn down. When the day finally came to fruition, I made my way there by taking an Uber and getting dropped off at the address given. As I approached the front of the house, I could see a vague figure staring at me from behind the curtain of the window upstairs.
Mom? Oh, never mind.
I assumed that it had to be
Nice.
the older son my friend Jack was talking about. I casually approached the doorstep and began knocking on the door, only to be kindly greeted by the parents and the younger son of the family. Hey, Matt, it's nice to meet you. Hey, listen, I left you guys around $200 on the kitchen counter, just in case you wanted to order something. Awesome, thank you so much. You guys are coming back Sunday morning, right? Yes, sir. I'm sure you'll have a blast taking care of my children. Is there any other kids I should be introduced to? Yes, of course. Here's my youngest son, Timothy. And our oldest son, Charles, he's probably upstairs watching TV or something. Charles! Come downstairs and say hi to your babysitter.
Me no like strangers.
Stay sharp with Grape Marigold.
You go. Me no like strangers. Go out. No. Me no like strangers. Video to make.
Get down here or else you're grounded.
Yeah, what your dad said.
Or I call cops.
Sorry for the inconvenience, Matt. You'll eventually run into him. He's usually more friendly when you get to know him. That's all right. I just hope he doesn't mind my company. That's when the dad and mom abruptly zone out, as if my statement had triggered a gaunt
And at that
emotion.
point, you walk out the door.
I was a little puzzled at their stare, as it legitimately looked like their souls had left their bodies.
No.
That's when the dad snaps out of it and says, I think you guys should be fine. Me and my wife need to go and celebrate our anniversary now, okay?
For 3 days?
Just don't forget to fill the
2
Chihuahua's
days?
dog bowl
3
when
nights?
it's
3
empty,
nights?
and call me if you need anything.
3 days, 2 nights? I
All
don't
right,
know.
Matt?
Whatever it said.
Okay, sir. Throughout the day, I spent the latter part of my time studying and working on school assignments, while the younger son Timothy played video games on his PlayStation console in the living room.
PlayStation all the way, baby. PlayStation all the way.
I found it quite peaceful, as the son didn't require much maintenance, nor did the other son, who was allegedly still upstairs in his bedroom. As the sun began to set, I couldn't help but fix myself a sandwich, as my stomach began to rumble. I remember asking Timothy if he wanted me to fix him something, but it was pretty evident that he was too invested in his video game, while simultaneously chomping on a bag of chips he had sitting next to him. That's when I made it to the kitchen and began spreading peanut butter and jelly on a slice of bread on the counter.
That's mayonnaise.
I then saw a
That's
family
mayonnaise!
portrait sitting next to the windowsill of the kitchen. I noticed it was a picture of the parents, Timothy, and of course their older son, Charles, who happened to skyscrape over the entire family from how tall he was. I was a bit taken aback that now I was faced with the responsibility of taking care of a grown man of his stature, considering he was older and a lot bigger
Because
than
he
I
know like
was.
strangers.
As I surveyed the kitchen, I began to see more family portraits, except the majority of them had another younger boy in the photos. That's when I began to head back to the living room and couldn't help but ask Timothy, who the other boy was in the family portraits. Timothy then responds with, "His name was Max, and he was my older brother who passed away. I'm sorry to hear that.
Shoot, dang.
If you don't mind me asking, how did he die?" Apparently my Rottweiler bit him.
Calling it right now. $10 right now. Saying that the oldest son is actually the dad right now. Okay? And what the dad that he saw was actually his older brother pretending to be his dad because something happened. Calling it.
To death while my parents were out of town, which is why they had to give him away and get a Chihuahua. Oh my God. I'm so...
Let's get this straight. Well, he said his Rottweiler killed his older brother. So then they give the Rottweiler away and get a Chihuahua. Bro, you downgraded. You got something worse. Bro, a Chihuahua will eat your entire family. The thing doesn't care. Those things are mean. I seen one at a park one time and attacked me. My poor toe.
Sorry. If I tell you something, do you promise not to tell anyone?
Awesome.
Yeah, of course. What is it, kiddo? I don't believe it was the dog. I believe it was Charles that killed him. Why do you say that? Because he's a spoiled brat and I hate him. Why do you hate him?
Why you talk about me?
Leave us alone, Charles.
Me no like him, and me no like you.
Hey, it's finally nice to meet you, Charles. My name is Matt.
Oh, shoot.
No, it's not. Your name is Liar.
No, Charles. My name is Matt.
You
No.
liar. You believe him and no believe me.
Charles, I do believe you. Okay? That's when Charles made his way back to his bedroom upstairs, while intentionally pounding his feet on the staircase and yelling stuff like,
You let Doggy kill baby Max. That's why he died, you liar.
I then offered to play video games with Timothy, while
Bro.
Charles began
That looked like some kind of off-brand Xbox controller. That's not no PlayStation. You are a liar.
making obstructive noises like banging his fists against the wall. I was honestly terrified, but I tried disregarding it, as I wanted to comfort Timothy, who was visibly upset and shaken from the whole confrontation with Charles. The time was around 12 in the morning when it was time to head to bed. I remember tucking Timothy in his bed sheets, and then discreetly walking past Charles's bedroom, in which I could vaguely see him staring at me through the small opening of his door. Hey Charles, do you need me to get you anything before bed?
Yes, me want you go get cup of Timothy's blood.
Sorry, Charles, I can't do that.
Me want to drink your blood then.
Charles, please stop joking, it's not funny.
Me no try to be funny. Me just want revenge.
Revenge? Revenge for what?
Me want revenge for Max.
That's when Charles slammed his door on my face, as his intimidation had me shaken to my core, as I began stumbling to the guest room in fear. I then crawled under the bed sheets and honestly couldn't help but think of...
If I were you, hear me out. If I were you, I'd go into the other kid's room, shut the door, lock the door, barricade the door with wood and metal, chains, add those chains to it, and maybe add a dresser into the front of the thing. Barricade the windows and barricade yourself. And for those 3 days and 2 nights, or however much he said, I will not be walking out. You guys are going to starve and drink your own pee. Because, oh no, no.
what Charles meant by revenge for Max, and why the hell he would ask for a cup of mine or Timothy's blood. Nonetheless, I disregarded the bizarre encounter and began watching some movies on the television to hopefully lull myself to sleep. About an hour later, I had awoken from my sleep from a loud thud in the hallway. I decided to check my cell phone for the time. That's when I saw about 100 missed calls and texts from the parents of the boys. I was a bit annoyed at myself, as I could tell that they'd been trying to reach out to me since their initial departure, but my phone was irresponsibly on silent. I then scanned through the messages and could see texts saying stuff like, Don't forget to give Charles his meds before bed. Or, please find the meds sitting by the kitchen table. He needs to take 2 tablets before bedtime every day. That's when I immediately sprung up from my bed to head to the kitchen.
No.
As I opened my bedroom door, I could see
no.
Charles standing next to Timothy's bed, covered in blood.
Oh
I could
no.
also see the walls and ground of the
No.
hallway smeared and stained as well, as it
No.
honestly looked like a bloodbath or a scene pulled from the horror movie The Shining. Charles, what the hell happened? That's when Charles gave me
no.
a sinister smile, with blood all over his mouth.
No.
I began to zoom past him and into Timothy's bedroom. I then saw Timothy laying on his
No.
back, with half of his face obliterated, and his chest cavity opened up, as if a stray dog had viciously tore his limbs to shreds. His internal organs were scattered all over the bed, while his bed sheets were completely soaked in blood.
Oh
I
God.
noticed the Chihuahua was sitting next to Timothy's remains, while whimpering heavily, as if it was just as appalled as I was. No. The dog ate him. Ah!
I think you're gonna wanna
Nope.
see this.
Nope, we're done. We're done. No, we're done. Done. No. Done. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe.